Hello, I'm Charles East. I'm a consultant in facial plastic surgery and I'm a specialist in rhinoplasty. I perform surgery in London at Rhinoplasty London.
Hi, I'm Lydia Badia. I am a consultant facial plastic surgeon and I specialize in rhinoplasty surgery. I am a co-director in Rhinoplasty London.
It's the best thing that I've ever done. It's just made me a lot happier. It has improved my life greatly. I'm Bernice and I had my rhinoplasty just over a year ago. I was just never happy with my side profile. That also I didn't like looking in the mirror. When you're not very happy about something and you're constantly thinking about it, it just takes up a lot of your thought space. I think to start with, when I first spoke to Charles, I think one of the things that made me decide to go with him, because he sort of spoke in a positive way about enhancing beauty and just making me more confident. I think that's what also made me choose Charles. Visually, when I look in the mirror, I feel happy about it because that's something that also I didn't like looking in the mirror. But I would say the biggest thing is the impact on your mental health and sort of what you think about yourself. If I was to go to a party, say, before, and people were taking pictures, I would worry that someone would catch a side angle of me, or I just didn't want my picture taken. So even that now, when I go to parties and things, I'm not worried, I'm not constantly bothered that someone's going to get a really bad angle of me or anything like that. Just made me a lot happier. I mean, since I've had it done, it's 100 times better than I thought. So I was back at work within 2 weeks and without any bruising. So yeah, it's incredible. I would 100% recommend Rhinoplasty London and Charles because I've had the most positive experience. It's made me a lot happier and it has improved my life greatly. I'd say just do it. I'd say go for it because it's the best thing I've ever done.
I noticed after my rhinoplasty, I felt a lot more confident because I wasn't worrying about, how my profile looked. I was more focused on what I was doing, and yeah, it's one of the best things I've done. I just wanted something that was natural, that sort of suited my face. I didn't want anything that wasn't my nose. I just wanted it to be tweaked a little bit, and I feel like Lydia fully understood that, and I feel that the result is really, really natural. People don't really know I've had a nose job unless I tell them, and I do tell them because I'm so happy about it.
Charles and his team, the anaesthetists, were fab. The whole process of the operation, I think, went really smoothly. Going into it, I knew what to expect. And so I think that care, just being available 24/7, whenever I picked up the phone, he was there. I think that just shows that, he really does care about his patient. It definitely took me a few days to adjust, and now I couldn't be happier with it. I think it's just amazing. Looks so natural because it suits the shape of my face, really, really natural. They really care about their patients, and I saw that right from my first consultation meeting with Charles, where he really wanted to know what made me unhappy about my nose, the difficulties I had breathing, the intricacies of my sporting injury. He really wanted to know about me. And then that flowed right through the full process up until now. So I think anyone thinking about it, just go for that initial consultation. For me, that was where I knew straight after having that initial consultation that Rhinoplasty London was for me and that Charles would look after me. Go for it, go for the initial consultation and take it from there.
It has changed my life. I think any surgery, good or bad, will change your life. It is a life-changing experience, but I think the experience getting there is important, and the emotional side of it is really important, and actually having a surgeon that walks through that with you and takes you through the journey and you're not on your own, that makes the experience what it should be for anybody.
It is a great investment. You do have to spend money, but you've got to spend it wisely. And it was the best money I have ever spent, especially as it's a permanent feature. And I haven't looked back. And be able to have a photograph taken where I haven't had to angle my face so I don't look harsh. To have people say I look younger, dare I say, than I did before, because it was a shocking nose. It was a complicated issue to do, and I couldn't breathe as well, but the breathing, I can breathe now, it's straight, it's short, and everybody has noticed. They haven't said, have you had your nose done, but they've said, wow, you look amazing. It's taken years off me, my self-esteem has risen, I feel rejuvenated, and so the whole process, thank you so much, Lydia, for changing my life.
Charles was
the fourth or fifth surgeon that I'd seen. He made me feel really comfortable. The pictures that we took and how he showed me it might look, it's actually turned out better. I wish I'd done it years ago. It went really, really well. There's been no pain at all as well. So the whole experience was great. Oh, I'm much more confident now. Yeah, I don't spend hours trying to contour my nose. Everyone has said how amazing it looks.
Yeah, it's been a huge transformational journey, not just physically, but confidence-wise, and I just felt liberated after when it healed and it was straight, and I realised how much of my life I'd kind of been, I don't know, missing out on before because I felt so anxious and nervous all the time. I would say to anyone that if they're thinking about doing something like this, even though it seems scary, if you're really thinking about it and it's something really bothering you, just do it. I would do it in a heartbeat again. It was life-changing at the time. I didn't realise how life-changing it was going to be. She makes you feel welcome, like she really genuinely cares. The only reason I went with her, I got such a great feeling from her when I met her. I've also seen Charles on occasion, and he's absolutely delightful as well. And both of them top of their field for what they do. Just making sure everything looks natural, enhance what you have, not completely change it. So I would definitely come and talk to these guys.
I always I was a bit self-conscious, and I had some functional issues with breathing. I had some injuries. So I thought, okay, it's time to fix it so I can become more confident aesthetically. I started doing research around before the pandemic. I created a very long list of all of the surgeons that I wanted to see. But as soon as I had a consultation with Lydia at Rhinoplasty London, I immediately knew that, okay, I definitely need to do my surgery with her. You can do so much research and learn about all of the associations, read all of these reviews. Usually the final decision comes to your personal interaction. I really enjoyed talking to Lydia. They got on well. So of course she's extremely qualified, and in general, I only heard great things. For me, it was definitely my personal interaction and intuition. So I was really excited. I remember seeing Lydia. She was really smiley as always when she entered my room. And we discussed my expectations again. I signed some papers, and the team that they built here, they surrounded me, and I know that they've been working with Lydia and Charles for a very long time. I don't know, maybe 20 years. This also gives you confidence. When someone works with a surgeon for so long, it really means a lot. Yeah, I'm incredibly happy. So I couldn't breathe, for half of my nose couldn't breathe. Mainly injuries. I had quite a few injuries, so yes, I couldn't breathe in one part of my nose, but now I can breathe perfectly, functional and aesthetically. Well, for me, it's I think as great as it can be, for sure.
The reason I came in to see Dr. East was because he had an incredible set of references and reviews, and I really wanted something that was natural. I took a lot of time researching surgeons, and Dr. East came up multiple times, so the bridge of my nose, like up at the top, was a little bit flatter, and it had like a little divot there, so I didn't like how it looked. That was the kind of what led me to, start this journey. It took a long time to plug up the courage to actually say like, okay, I'm gonna do it, and see what was out there and what was available. I didn't want to go to another country to experience rhinoplasty. I know there can be complications afterwards, so I wanted to be well looked after, and that's how I ended up here, and that was what started my journey. And actually, I think I really made up my mind to do it after I talked to Dr. East, because he made me feel really comfortable and confident about the process and sort of what we would look at in terms of outcome.
I was unhappy with the prominent tip of my nose, so I decided to pursue rhinoplasty surgery in 2016. Charles East provided a clear plan, realistic expectations and evidence of his work, which gave me the confidence to trust him with my revision surgery. The extent of expertise required to address the issues only become evident during the surgery itself, as it involved a complete reconstruction of my nose. Everything went exactly to plan, including my recovery, which was smooth, so I was back at work a week later. Charles East delivered better than expected results despite the complications, and his team's professionalism, care and attention to detail were truly exceptional. My advice: Don't be swayed by clever marketing. Invest in the best. I wish I had found Charles East when I first did my research. However, I'm so glad that I did eventually find him, as I no longer feel self-conscious and my confidence has been completely restored. Thank you, Charles East and Lydia Badia, for your professional care and artistry. I am forever grateful.